Okay, so here we go. So he does look like a fox trotter. And the reason I'm saying that is just the way the horse is moving. He's trotting, but he steps way up kind of into his front hoof pocket. And what the horse is doing right now, that's called the flat walk, okay? So that is the gait that's before your foxtrot, and you want to get this flat walk down really well before you actually try to foxtrot the horse so the horse understands well. So when they flat walk, what's going to happen with their legs, it's just like a regular walk, but the back leg's going to come forward, then the front leg's going to come forward, then the leg on the other side, the back leg, and then the front leg on the other side. There'll be a little motion in the saddle. It's not too much with the fox trotters, and the horse's head is actually going to come up and down. So that's the flat walk, and then of course your horse goes past it. So the problem is the horse just isn't educated, so he doesn't, I forgot if it's a he or she, doesn't really know what to do, and you kind of keep going past the gates, okay? So the horse does have a flat walk, and you're going to get it if we work on it, and then the horse is just confused about is it supposed to trot or it's supposed to canter, so you want to clear that up so the horse isn't just running around, because when they do that, a lot of times with the gaited horses, they'll get trippy. So when you get to the cantering part, we want to either get that horse to canter right off, or we want to stop and walk and try it again. But this is close to your flat walk. It's just got to be a little bit faster, but the hard part here is then you went too fast, you know, and then your balance is off a little bit here, and then of course the horse tried to go out the gate. So we want to try to get everything a little bit more structured so the horse understands what we're trying to get. So what we want to try and do is first just make sure the horse knows all the basics in the arena. I'm not sure if you just have the round pen to work in, which is fine. So if you do, I'll give you exercises to do in here, or you have an arena to work in. A bareback pad is fine, and I know it's hot there, you're in Florida, but I would have boots on just in case something happens so the horse doesn't step on your leg and hurt. And I always recommend a helmet, but that's up to people, because again, your horse looks calm, it doesn't look like it's going to do anything, but you just never know what's going to happen. And so it's best just to be a little bit safer if you can, and prepared, and that way everything will be safer for the horse as well. So with the flat walk, it's a 3 to 5 mile per hour gait, and it's like a regular horse's extended walk. So what we want to try and do is first teach the horse how to bend, make circles, leg yield. I'll send you the arena routine, and make sure you can do all that arena routine at a walk, okay? And then once he can do it at a regular walk in both directions, then we want to start the flat walk. And in the beginning, you're just going to do it 3 minutes each direction. Your flat walk is going to be a fast walk. It's like an extended walk. You're going to keep some contact on the reins. Using a hackamore is fine if you want. And what we're trying to do is just have some contact with the reins. So if the horse starts to go too fast and starts going towards a trot, you're going to half halt to slow that horse down. Now you'll have to keep a little pressure with your calves here as you half halt so the horse knows to keep walking, okay? So this is just your horse's flat walk right there, and then you go past it. So what we're trying to do is get that horse to walk as fast as it can without going to the next gate, okay? It's usually easier with a bit than it is with a hackamore or a bitless bridle, but you can do it with anything as long as you can communicate to the horse so the horse understands. And here I know you're trying to go, I think, towards that canter again, okay? But what we want to do is get much better balanced and help this horse a little bit more to just clean all these things up. Because again, with the gaited horses, they can cross canter, they can get a little trippy, and it can get dangerous if you're not balanced well on top of the horse. It's easy for them to trip and fall down. So that's just a regular trail walk right there. And if it could walk just a little bit faster, then you went too fast and the horse went to trotting, that would have been that horse's flat walk, okay? And then, of course, just always shut the gate when you get in there so there's no temptation for the horse to go out. Your horse is going to have a nice canter. Right now, we got to just balance better and help the horse. So body-wise, when you're doing the flat walk, you just want to sit straight up with your toes up and your heels down and have your shoulder lined over your hip and your hip lined up over your heel, okay? So we're just going to ride the horse in neutral position. You want the rein a little bit straighter, so the rein's going up to your hand and then a little bend in your elbow. But here, again, you were going towards the canter, so I know why you're pushing your hands forward. And then what you're going to do is, after you've done the arena routine, is you're going to walk the horse for 3 minutes in the beginning and do that for a couple of weeks, 3 minutes in each direction, just working on the flat walk, and then you're going to quit, okay? Don't do any cantering or anything else after that, because this can be hard in the beginning. And then after a couple of weeks, we'll work up to 5 minutes. And again, you want to try and get as fast a walk as you can without the horse starting to trot or foxtrot, okay? So even if that horse did give you some foxtrot, don't do it. Right now, you're just working on the flat walk. You have to build things up, because then it becomes much easier and the horse will understand, okay? As that horse is walking, you're going to feel a little shift back and forth in the saddle, just a little bit, and the horse's head is going to go up and down and the mane's going to kind of float back and forth. And I'll show you some video of a foxtrotter so you see what kind of walk I want you to try to get. And then you'll see how I have contact on the reins to help the horse. Your horse's head set right now is perfectly fine. We don't want its head way down because that will actually make it trottier, okay? As that horse is walking and its head's going up and down, you just keep your hands still. You don't need to pump your hands or anything like that to follow the horse's mouth. Just stay still. And then I want you to send me a video of that so I can make sure you're going the correct speed. After you can flat walk for 5 minutes each direction and that horse is doing well, and we've done that for, I would say, at least 3 to 4 weeks, then we can start working on the foxtrot. Your foxtrot is below the trot and between your flat walk. So your horse's gait should be a trail walk, a flat walk, a foxtrot, and then a trot if this horse is trotty. So we go past it, you kind of go past that speed, and then that horse goes right up to trotting, okay? So your foxtrot is going to be just a little slower than that trot, and we're going to keep that horse's head up when we go to get it. And with your body position, you want to sit back, because with the trottier horses, the more weight you get back here, the better. So we want you to lean back just a little bit more so your shoulders are a little bit more here, and the weight will kind of be on your seat pockets back in here. Okay, now I would wait for the canter, but if you don't wait for the canter, then what you want to do is what you want to do when you start to go for the canter is you can tilt a little bit forward, but you want to walk and then immediately canter off. It's okay if the horse trots a couple of steps, but your horse is trotting way too many steps, which is then making you kind of bounce all over, and we don't want to balance off of that horse's mouth at all. And then I know you use the mane to help you, but see how much you're bouncing there? So it's uncomfortable for him and it's uncomfortable for you. So the better thing would have been to stop that horse after it trotted like 2 steps, stop it, back it up. So you're telling the horse, no, that's not the answer I want. Walk off and ask it again. And the horse is going to, if you have boots on, the horse is going to feel your leg much better than this. And when you go to canter, you want to half halt on the rein. That gives the horse a clue something's going to happen. Shift your weight to the outside and then ask for the canter with just your outside leg, which in this round pen would be your right leg. So you're trying to make it clear so that horse learns to canter right off and you're not trotting into that canter. And then as that horse is cantering, you want to try to balance yourself as best as you can. So I wouldn't be riding in a bareback pad right now. I would be riding in a saddle so it balances you better and you have better balance to actually help your horse. Because right now it's just kind of not very organized and it's not helping the horse at all. Even though it has a nice canter, it's making it very hard for him. And if possible, if you can get you know, a weed whacker or something and try to get this grass out of here and make the footing a little bit more even. That would make it much safer for you, so less chance the horse will trip. And without all these bumps in here, it'll make it much easier to gait as well as canter in here. So again, first I would teach the horse the arena routine at just a trail walk. And then once the horse can do all those things well, then you're going to add in your flat walk, and you'll flat walk for 3 minutes each direction. Do that for a couple of weeks. And then each time you still do that arena routine first, and then you're going to start doing your flat walk for 5 minutes each direction. Once the horse can do that really well, then you can start flat walking the whole arena routine. And then once we get to that point and that horse is doing the flat walk and it's not trotting or pacing, then that's the time that then we should start working on the foxtrot.